I just hit a pheasant, I think. Just clipped it a little. That was okay. If not, a coyote is getting some dinner tonight. Hey, my name's Chris, and you are watching me on a video. So, what was the meditation experience like? It was challenging. It was harder than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking kind of what did I get myself into a little bit. The first 2 days, you start off with a type of meditation called Anapana meditation, which is just focusing on your breath passing over your nostrils, basically, in your upper lip, and you use that focus of your attention as a way to focus your mind. The meditation overall, you sat about 10 to 12 hours a day. You're completely silent the whole time, though you were given 5-10 minutes a day where you were able to talk with the teacher and clarify any of the techniques if you needed to. The meals were pretty elaborate, actually. One day we had kind of a Asian Chinese sort of stir fry. We had burritos one day, we had chili one day. I don't know what they were thinking giving chili to a bunch of 70, 80 people sitting in a room together in close quarters. It turned out okay, but I'm not sure what people were thinking there. It's a very objective, empirical, evidence-based meditation practice. It was actually the meditation practice developed by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, 2,500 years ago in India, which led to Buddhism later on. So this guy, S.N. Goenka, in 1991 made a series of very simple videos of discourses and audio of him explaining a technique in a 10-day course, and that's what they played audio and showed some video clips. Every day, basically, you're developing your tool set to be able to focus in on specific parts of your body, starting with your nose and then working from your head down to your feet, to feel what that thing is, to really feel like, what does my finger feel like? What does my kneecap feel like now, later? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? And then the idea is, when you recognize that feeling, to dismiss it and observe the feeling as it is and see what that means and what that feels like to me. To show you that human beings have a unique tool to perceive internal and external stimulus of themselves. His thought is that because humans can do that we ought to give it a shot and see what that means for us. What does that make us feel like? What does it add or take away from our life? And then the next key part of it is that when you recognize these feelings and you try to observe them objectively as just a feeling and not a good feeling or a bad feeling necessarily, the idea is that feelings are always changing. We are always changing. Things are always changing outside of us. And so that everything is ultimately impermanent. I don't think that the fact that there is a little bit of like religiosity to it, if that's a word, is bad necessarily. I think you just need to have the right mind about it and acknowledge. If you don't want to be religious about it, then don't be religious about it. They said, hey, we just taught you this meditation technique. We hope that it'll benefit you in one way or another. And you know what? If there's some piece that you don't like, don't throw away the entirety of the practice because there's one piece you don't like. Everything's bound to have that. Consider the more universal underlying pieces of it and use that as a tool. Use that as one perspective of many to make good choices for yourself. And I found already just with the 10 days, there's been a few times where, somebody cut me off driving. Normally I would have been, raising a fist, and a couple times I started to, and then, I don't know, I was able to kind of have that like internal dialogue where I was like, hey Chris, chill out, It's not a big deal. Like, what's you getting angry gonna do about it other than make you more miserable? And the more that you can realize that this is just a down moment and there is going to be an up moment, because my perspective is changing constantly, the easier that down moment feels. And that seems pretty universal to me. If you're feeling like you're a little quick to react, maybe you've been having too much screen time, I'd suggest looking into it and just bring them the idea with you that this is still just one idea. Because, I personally don't think that there's a single one answer to anything. Life is too diverse and too varied for there to just be one answer. So anytime anybody ever tells you this is the answer, we figured it out, you should always question. You should always commit things to a solid questioning. It doesn't mean it's all bad. There's definitely got to be some truth there. If there wasn't any truth, they probably wouldn't be talking about it. Jian Goenka and other folks, they saw some truth and they wanted to share that with people, and that's admirable, I think. And the fact that they don't want to take your money, they don't want to condemn you to hell if you don't follow with them, I think that's admirable too. There's not a lot of that. People have strong opinions and always think they have the right answer. So for anybody to be acknowledging that we think this is really good, you might not, we hope you do, we think you will, but if you don't, that's cool. That's pretty nice. So I hope you appreciated the commentary, and maybe you're thinking about making some changes in your life, and I hope you pursue them, and I hope you're happy. I hope you do it with a smile on your face, and that you're ready for the adventure, the ups and downs, like a roller coaster. Roller coasters are fun because they have ups and downs. So I hope this makes you feel a little bit more ready for that ride. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, well, the sun is setting, so I'm going to sign off. I hope you're happy and continue to be happy. Thanks a lot for watching.